Hey guys, Chelsea Folks here with my San Diego Comic-Con tour video. I do these ones every single year, and what I do is I show how you get inside of the convention center. I go upstairs to the autograph area, show where everyone's signing the autographs. Of course, they also have autographs as well on the convention floor, but I go down to the convention floor as well, which is where they have everything for sale. They have the film studios have booths down there promoting new and upcoming movies. They give out posters, all that kind of stuff as well down there. They have toy booths from the toy companies, like Funko Pop has their booth, Neca, a whole bunch of booths are all down there as well. So show all that kind of stuff, show the panels rooms where all the panels are, and also try and do these openings. I've tried this like 10 times to do this opening, but I'm going to show all that. Also going to show a lot of the stuff that goes on outside of the convention, because they have a whole lot of different things you guys can see. They have like a thing for Jack Ryan. They have something I have to try and find where it is for the Purge, like a Purge store that they set up, and a whole bunch of other things as well. So now we're going to show how we get into the actual convention, but let the Comic-Con tour video begin. But now we're heading across the street to get in. And one new thing though that this year that they have started where is basically if you have to actually have a pass itself to get onto this area, because apparently they're going to be checking. I haven't noticed that yet, but they said and actually if you want to get in front of the actual convention center itself, you have to have the pass, because in years past you could actually walk around outside of the convention center even if you didn't have a pass and just kind of look at things, and people will kind of do videos and stuff like talking to people and cosplay and everything. But I'm pretty sure this year though they're checking this before, but I'm not 100% certain though, but we'll see. And yeah, I see someone right here actually asking for badges, so they are checking it before you actually go in. This is a new thing, because like I said before, in years past, you actually could just kind of go through without them, but now it's different, a new thing they changed. I think there's people up there as well, I noticed, checking. Yeah, so that's definitely a new thing, and I read that they were going to be checking. I actually see people too right here as well. Like there was someone, like I said, right back there, and I see like one other guy up here as well checking them to make sure. So they're definitely changed that up, because like I said, in years past, people could always, if you didn't have a pass, you could come and kind of stand outside of the actual convention, just kind of look at things. But all the other areas though, the outside events, like some of the Jack Ryan and some of those, I'm pretty sure you can still go to them without actually having a pass. That's what we're going to see later when we do that, because that's like at the end of the video. I'm going to go and check a lot of the outside stuff. But now we're at the very front, which is where you're going to head inside. But in order to get inside though, you actually have to scan your badge. We're going to go inside now, scan our badge, and then go and head up to the autograph area. You scan? So now we're inside, scan the badge in, and inside of here there's a couple different areas you guys can go. If you guys go over here, you can go into the sales floor, which is where it's the sales pavilion, where it's the dealer's room, where you guys see the studio booth, the toys are for sale, all that kind of stuff. And they do have some autographs in there as well at some of the actual studios, and some of the other areas as well have autographs. But we're going to head, I always like to go first upstairs to the main autograph area, so we're going to head up there now. So now we're heading up on the escalator, and I always start my video up here, going up this escalator, to go upstairs to the autograph area. I think every year I've done this tour, I like starting it up here. It's kind of my one area to start it. But up here though, when you come up to the upstairs area, this is where also, if you guys are coming in, you would get your bags, the Comic-Con bag and the programming guide and your lanyard. That will all be upstairs. So if you guys are coming in here for the first time to pick up your stuff, you get the actual passes sent to you in the mail. But this is where you would go to get the lanyard and the bag and all that stuff. But like I said, now we're heading up to the autograph area. What they're also up here as well though is the panels, some of the panels as well. And when you get up here though, this is where some of the panels are, but we're going to head over here to the area where all the autographs are, and you have to scan in again as well with your pass. Yeah, that's one thing just to be prepared to. Between all the areas, they have you scanning in and scanning out as you come in and as you go out of the areas. So we just came from the area right over there, and if you go down this way, this is where you would have the entrance to some of the panels areas, but we're going to head now, like I said, to the autograph pavilion right here. So now we're going to take a little bit of a look and see who's signed today in the autograph area. Up here though too, the way they have it is there's certain people who are here for like today only, or like they have specific days that they're here for certain hours. Then they also have areas where it's certain like group signings, and they have like a specific time they're going to be there for like a 2-hour window. And some of those ones you have to end up going, like lining up early in the morning to get an actual ticket for that. Some of them you can still get in, but not always. Usually you have to have a ticket ahead of time. We're going to walk around now and see who's here today up here. And up here though, it has like an autograph schedule, so it tells you how long the people are going to be in here, you know, signing some actors here from The Walking Dead. It tells you their hours and everything, and it says that in front of everybody. Right here you see like some Steve Bloom, voice actor, Aaron Gray is over there, Reggie Bannister just got here and is setting up. It seems like a time when a lot of people are just starting to kind of come in and just setting up, like a changeover period. There's some authors over here signing. I saw a couple other voice actors right over here that just got in. The one actor, I believe he was in a couple episodes of All That, he's over here. Some wrestlers over here. But one that just got in here is they have the signing right now with Sherilyn Fenn and some of the cast of Twin Peaks. And over here though, it seems like they're here for a while. This is where they do, like, this area is where they do a lot of the group signings, and they're here till I believe 7 p.m. tonight signing, and here on Saturday and Sunday as well. But yeah, this area up here is all where they have the like group signings. Over here is where the single signings and people are here kind of change out throughout the day. But this is where they have, you know, group signings, and some of the people are only here for a couple hours each day, you know, or only one day only. But then some of the groups, it seems like, are here a couple days as well. But now though, we're going to head out of the autograph area, and we're going to go to the ballroom area. This is where the panels will be held. There's a bunch of different ones. There's one main autograph, ballroom area this way. There's one that way. We're going to go to all the different spots. Also, the biggest area for panels is Hall H, and that's the one where everyone lines up for it super early. We're going to head out there as well, though, to see how busy that is, because I always like to see how long the line is for Hall H, because that's where they have the really, really big panels, and, you know, Kevin Smith is always there. That's one of the big guests you see every year. He does his talk there. But we're going to head now to the first set of panel areas. Also always have a schedule posted up on here as well to show you what is in the actual room. So like you would look at like, it's so like see like room 24 ABC, it would be like graphic novels, from Eisner to Explosion. It would have like Forever Fan graphics. So you kind of would look at each specific room, and then it will tell you, what is in each of the actual panel rooms. But now we're walking around this first set of areas that have the actual panels. And like I said, you see up there on the top, it says like room A, A6 or 6A, and you guys would match up in the guidebook, and it would tell you, what's inside of each of the panels. Also, there is a, out front of the rooms as well, there's normally a little thing that says what's in there as well. And some of these you guys have to really line up early for. It all kind of depends, and sometimes the room just gets full, because if there's something that's, sometimes people too, if they want to see one specific panel, they get in the room, hours early to make sure that they're in there. So that's one of the things that does happen. That happens a lot in Hall H, because Hall H is one of those ones that people get in there and then they stay in there all day long. But we're inside in one of the panel rooms. I have absolutely no idea what's going to be in this room, but I just walked in because sometimes it's really hard to get inside and show one of them. But this is just a little look at like what one of them looks like inside. But we're going to check out some other ones as well. But here's a look at the schedule for the room that we just walked into. Right there, like I just finished up the Resident Evil video game panel, but that was building powerful characters featuring Street Fighter. And like later they have like the thing for the final Sharknado movie. They have Spike and Mike's Twisted Cartoons there. But as you can see though, when it comes to getting in some of the panel rooms, they're not like totally impossible. It all kind of depends. Some of them get way busier than others. Like right now we're walking through one that has a huge line, and with a lot of them they have to kind of wait for some of them to get out for them to be able to let more people into them. But like I said, some of the ones people kind of sitting there, and if they want to see something like later in the day, they end up being in there all day long for it. But outside here is where you find like one of the overfill lines. And the thing is, like, some of these lines, these are for like some of the really popular panels where they, they are so full up inside they have to have a line go outside for them. I've kind of found though with a lot of those ones where you see people kind of wrapping around outside like that, usually that means there's not a super great chance of getting in because the room ends up getting really full or like not enough people have left. So that's one thing to keep in mind though. At least, you know, sometimes you do get lucky, but a lot of times in the past when I've waited outside like that, usually that means a good chance that you might not get into the one, you might not get into the one till later. So if there's one panel that you really want to get to, I would really recommend to get there very early for them. And before we check out the other panels area, if you guys were wondering too, food-wise, what there is up here to get, the main stuff you come across is pretzels. You see a lot of, Aunt Nanny pretzel booths. They also have the one area that has like some, I think it's like burritos and pizza and some other things like that as well. So there is some stuff upstairs. There also, though, is a couple different food areas as well in the actual dealer's room as well. We'll check out some of those when we get downstairs. But outside, though, there is some food out here as well. So if you guys want to come outside as well in the same area, you just go out these doors here. You know, this is where the autograph room was here. Directly outside the autograph room is some other food out here. And they have like pulled pork here, cheeseburger, hot dog, nachos, all that kind of stuff, as well as an area to sit down, you know, to eat. I found another food area, which is brand new. I don't remember seeing this before, which is a fish tacos booth here as well. I think this is the first year, at least as far as I remember seeing this here. So there definitely is a bunch of stuff upstairs though, food-wise. But now we're back in the autograph pavilion area because we're going to head directly across, because that's where we went first to the original group of the panel rooms. Now we're going to go directly across where it has the giant ballroom and some of the other bigger rooms. This is where they have some of the bigger panels, but still the biggest of all the actual panel room is Hall H, which we'll get to a little later. But right now we're seeing a whole bunch of people coming out of Ballroom 20. That's one of the biggest rooms that they have, and I believe that's where they have the masquerade ball, which is like the costume contest as well, is always in there. But that's one of the biggest ones next to, you know, Hall H, which is the biggest one. But when you see a lot of people coming out, that's a very good sign that you have a good chance of getting into the room, as long as there's not an enormous line to get in. But that's always the best thing, is when you see a lot of people coming out, that means there's much more of a chance of getting in. But there definitely is a huge amount of people coming out of this one. I don't know what was just in this one. I'll have to see if I can see the sign to see what was in here before. Yeah, but what was in there before was a show called Amazon Prime Brave Warriors. So I don't know what that is, but I'm pretty sure that's a brand new show. But you can see back here, there's even a line outside. So there is a whole bunch of people waiting to get into the room. I think the next thing that's going to be in there is like an Amazon Prime like showcase of some upcoming shows on there as well. But I realize though that line, I'm pretty sure, goes from here all the way wraps around here, and then I believe it goes outside. I'm pretty sure that one that I saw a second ago was actually the same line. I'm not 100% certain though. But I think now it's about time to head outside to see how busy Hall H is, because that's the one I'm really interested in seeing how long that line is. And I know I say line a lot, but I don't know, I just like to see how long these lines are. It's very interesting. So we're outside now at the convention center checking out the line for Hall H, and like I said, I knew there was going to be a line. The one thing though that is really good about the line here though is it's held underneath the tents, so you're not out in the direct sun or anything like that, so that is a good thing. But keep in mind though, when it comes to the Hall H, they always hold the biggest panels in there for like superhero films or some of the really big TV series and things like that, so those are always in there. The big blockbuster movies are always held in there, so people end up lining up the night before, and it's like can be a lot of camping out for it, and people sometimes camp out for something they want to get in there, but it's not till that evening that they're camping out. They camp out the night before, but the actual panel is not till the next day at night, so people really do end up getting in there early, so keep that in mind. One thing though, I showed the ballroom upstairs and the smaller panels. Also, some of the panels are actually held inside of some of the hotels, like at the Hilton. So in the guidebook, if it says like Marriott and things like that, you guys will go to the actual hotel, and they have like ballrooms and some smaller rooms in there as well. They also do screenings and stuff like that. So that's one thing I did want to make sure to mention. But now we're going to head back inside the convention center and check out the actual convention floor. That's where they have all the studios have their booths in there. They have all the toys for sale. You see a whole lot of the cosplay people in there as well. So now back inside the convention to see the convention floor. But here we are now in the exhibit hall, the convention floor, and you know, this is, like I said, this is where you see, of course, lots of people dressed up in cosplay. They have everything for sale down here. This is where all the studios, like you know, Warner Brothers and Fox have their booths down here. They have signings here as well for TV shows like The Simpsons and all that kind of stuff down here. And there's also, you know, the toys down here like Funko, previews of upcoming toys from like Sideshow Collectibles and a whole bunch of other companies. But I think first we're going to check out the area where the studios have the booths and see, you know, who's signing there now. And, you know, also the studio booths like the Fox booth and everything, they also sometimes are giving out free posters, buttons, all that kind of stuff. So let's see what's going on in that area first. And one thing down here too, if you're trying to find a specific booth or a specific area where something is, there's numbers above everywhere, and you guys can look in the actual books and it will tell you, you know, like, you know, 700 or things like that, where the exact area is where you guys can find like the Fox booth and that kind of stuff. We're over here though at the Fox booth here. They're doing a signing right here of some of the voice actors from the show Archer. I never really saw too many episodes of that show. But it's cool though to see them all together. I believe tomorrow they're going to be having a group signing of The Simpsons, and that's a pretty rare thing because you never really see all the characters, you know, the voice actors together for The Simpsons. But like I said, this one here is all the voice actors from the TV show Archer. We're over here at the Nickelodeon booth, and they're doing an Invader Zim signing there. You see Kevin McDonald over there as one of the people signing from, you know, Kids in the Hall, so that's pretty cool. I think that line's already capped off, but I think, you know, Invader Zim is coming back. But it's cool they're doing some of the voices as well. Yeah, I always think of Kevin McDonald from, you know, of course, Kids in the Hall, but I also loved him in that movie National Lampoon Senior Trip, and he played this really weird, wacky character in that with this doll that he was carrying around. But I don't know, I absolutely loved him in that. So that's pretty cool to see him over there signing for that. Over at the Warner Bros. Booth, they have a signing going on right now for the TV show Lucifer. You can see like the main guy from the show here. He's signing. But the one thing though to keep in mind though with the signings, up until this year, you would go, I believe, to the booths like early in the morning and you would get a ticket, and hopefully you would get a ticket to actually get into the signings for like Archer and things like that. But now they had a new thing though where you would go on the Comic-Con website and you would basically pick the signings that you would hope, you know, you were interested in going to, and you would get entered into a random drawing, and you know, you'd hopefully get selected for like some of the big ones, or Simpsons, some of the, you know, CW TV shows as well. I don't know though, with like when I showed a minute ago the Nickelodeon booth, I don't know how that one was handled because I didn't remember seeing that one on the website. So that one might have been the old school way where you still, you know, go there early and then get a ticket. I'm pretty sure, because like they're not all that way, but you can always look on the website to see which ones are that way where you can, you know, hopefully get selected in the random drawing for the sign. So now we're going to go and check out some of the toys and stuff here. We're going to check out the Funko area, the Mezco, the Neca booth, all that kind of stuff, and see what kind of stuff they have for sale today. As you can see though, over here at the Funko booth, this booth is very, very picked over, and there's not a whole lot left. It's definitely like the Turbo Man dolls. You know, as you can see, like there's a little bit here left, but not a lot. Like this area is all totally gone. There's some of those Ren and Stimpy ones over there. But in order to get in line for this is one of those ones where you actually have to have a ticket as well. Like I was mentioning with the autographs, you actually have to sign up on the Comic-Con website as well with your information when you can be entered in for the raffle to be, you know, randomly selected to get like the Funko booth, or I think they also did that at like, I think like the Mattel booth and like maybe one or two other ones. They had that same kind of system, but unless you have the actual ticket though, you can't get in line though for the actual, you know, booth itself. But as you can see though, there's not a whole lot of stuff left at the Funko booth. It is very, very picked over. That's one of those ones, if you're trying to get stuff, the best day to try to get the actual ticket to get in there is if you have the ticket for preview night. Because right now it's Friday, and as you can see, there's still 2 more days of the convention left, and I have a feeling that by tomorrow, that'll probably be totally empty. taking a look at the Mezco booth and some of the stuff they have over here, and they have a really cool, you know, Jack-in-the-Box here. These horror Jack-in-the-Box of Pennywise, of Freddy Krueger, of Jason, Chucky, a Trick-or-Treat character, and this one here, a Pinhead. Some very cool stuff over here. There's some toys here that's coming up for the Warriors action figures. This is a pretty cool one here. Michael Myers and Jason Voorhees here. There's a really cool looking one. A real weird looking face here. I love this one here, Popeye. I have the Sailor Man one here. There's one here from Diabolic. So I'm not sure what that one is. This one's pretty cool here, of John Wick for John Wick Chapter 2. I think that one's coming out in spring. And these ones are really cool. These Dawn of the Dead ones. Yeah, those are really cool. Another cool one here, Commissioner Gordon here with the bat signal. I don't know if that actually is going to come with that or not, but that's pretty cool if it did come with the bat signal. One with Batman, Catwoman over here, this one here, the Joker. Over here at the Neca booth, some of the things are sold out, like these Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles ones here, this big action figure set of them. That was the one I think that came with like the diorama one, the Chia Pet there, of Groot. I saw pictures online of these ones. These ones are really cool, these Karate Kid ones. And this one I really like. This one I'm definitely gonna have to get. This one of Ace Ventura. He's making that really weird face in there. That one, I really love that. And they have the ones here too, which are really cool, of the Golden Girls, which you never expect there to be these figures of the Golden Girls. And then Buddy the Elf there. That's pretty cool. And he has like a bag, I guess like a bag of candy or something there.
I don't understand.
And these ones, I'm pretty sure these ones are already out, these Bill and Ted ones. And these are pretty cool. Terminator 2 ones here. Super detailed Arnold Schwarzenegger one. The T-1000. And I love this one here of, you know, Eddie Furlong. I don't think there's ever actually been a toy of Eddie Furlong from the movie, that as far as I can remember. Over here too, they have this upcoming Pennywise figure, super creepy one. And this one is done, you know, as the original 1990s, you know, TV movie one. Because I really like that one as well. That's definitely one of the ones I'm gonna get for sure. That one and the Ace Ventura one. I like that one a lot. And these upcoming ones for, you know, Silent Night, Deadly Night, and Reanimator, Herbert West over there. And over here though at the Mattel booth, as you can see, pretty much everything is gone. Like like most of them are come back tomorrow, which means at least for today they're sold out. These ones are limited quantity, so there's very small amount of stuff left. They always have super detailed figurines here, these upcoming ones. These ones are, you know, really, really pricey, but they're always so cool. And they have like some really cool Marvel ones over here, like a Deadpool over here. And like, you know, Spider-Man with a guitar there. That's a really cool one. Like I said, these things are super detailed. I love this Black Panther one right here. And of him in the chair. So now we had a look at some of the toy booths. I tried to show some of the stuff I thought was really cool, but of course there's tons of other toys and stuff here as well. Now we're gonna head into like sort of like the middle area of the convention. Once you get past all the toys and everything, this is where people have like stuff for sale, like graphic novels, comic books, retro toys, all that sort of stuff. And now that's the area that we're heading into. But over here you see like publishing companies here, like Crown Publishing, Del Rey Publishing. Over here, like too, Kevin Eastman is signing over here for the heavy metal book right here. So you see like a lot of authors and artists signing books and things like that over here. So that's one really thing that's really cool. Like I said, like in the very front where we were was where like the Funko was, and then it got to like the studio booths. And like I said, now sort of around the middle is where you get to where it's all the publishers and the graphic novels. And then over along the back wall that way is the small press where it's like the indie books as well. This one here, this area here is like the web comics. I think that might be a newer one. I don't remember seeing that one, but I'm trying to make sure I show like a little bit of every kind of thing that you come across and see here. But those wondering though, you do see comic books here. You don't see as many comic books as, you know, years back, but there still is comics here, and they have like a lot of like super pricey ones up here, like ones that are like $700 and $1,300. They're all like the ones that are like graded, so they have like the grading on the top. But you do see, like I said, you do still see comics. Usually around that back wall back there is where it's like the main comic book section. And I mentioned earlier about the food, like I showed the food upstairs by the autograph area, but down here though they do have a couple of these different, I think there's like one there at the end and then one here at the Cafe Express, and they have some food in here. Pretty much they have in here like gourmet deli sandwiches, salads, personal pizzas, all that kind of stuff, sort of grab and go kind of things right in here. And they do have like some seating areas around here though for people who are curious about the food here. But also, though, if you leave the convention center and go out to the gas lamp area, there's tons and tons of different restaurants and things like that to check out. But if you guys want to, get food in the actual convention itself, there are, though, food places like that. Like I said, mainly like pizzas and salads and that kind of stuff, downstairs, and then the stuff I showed upstairs. But one thing you always see, though, a never-ending supply of here is Funko Pops. Even though the actual Funko booth is like, you can't get into it without the actual, ticket for it. A lot of times they buy, the stuff at the booth and then they sell them at other booths. So you can come across them here at some of the other people's sellers booths every so often. My favorite booth here is this retro booth where they have a whole lot of really cool retro toys and some really obscure different ones over here. Like they have over there like the Michael Jackson doll there. They have a whole lot. They have the Pee Wee Herman doll up there. So I have that one. The Cherry doll, Alf. But the last thing we're going to check out in here before we check out all the stuff that's going on outside of the convention, because there's a whole lot of different really cool setup stuff that I really want to see. But the last thing to check out though is the video game area, where they have a whole bunch of game setups for some new and upcoming video games. Like over here, people are playing some new games for the Nintendo Switch. So that's pretty cool. You see a whole bunch of people playing the games. Over here too, they have this really cool setup thing here for Resident Evil 2. It's like a thing. I think you can. I don't know if you can walk through there in there, but you see like the zombie on top of the car. I think this is some sort of like a photo op type thing. Yeah, the zombies like traipsing all up on the car. That's very cool. Yeah, I think people come in there and take pictures and stuff. So I think it's about time now to head outside, because I tried to show as much stuff as I could inside, tried to show bits and pieces of all the kind of interesting things going on in here. But, like I said, outside I know there's a whole bunch of different stuff going on. I'm going to try and find as much of this stuff as I can. I know somewhere, like I mentioned, the Purge setup out there. I got to figure out where that is. And there's even some kind of a Demolition Man Taco Bell setup. I think there's something for Jack Ryan. So we'll go outside and see all the kind of stuff that we can see that's going on outside of the convention. And we're out here now in this area. In this area out here, you don't actually have to have a pass to get in here. This one is open to anyone out here. And there's a whole bunch of different kind of virtual reality experiences and all kinds of stuff. Like there's a thing here for Cloak and Dagger over here. They have a thing over here of the Ghostbusters kind of thing. I think most of these are virtual reality experience kind of things over here. They have an Avengers kind of thing out here. They also are giving away free ice cream, some of the superhero kind of flavored ice cream over here. They have there's a big line for that one out here, but this one here you guys can get ice cream and that kind of stuff. So this is a cool stuff that you guys are able to do even if you don't have a Comic-Con pass. Like I said, there is a whole lot of stuff outside the convention center to check out. The one thing that I really want to try and find is the Purge area, so hopefully I can find that. And I found the Purge building. It's laid out like a party city, and inside of here is all Purge supplies, the kind of things that you would need if a Purge happened. There's all kind of emergency water. So we're inside now of the Purge store, and you were saying that people who come inside of here, they get Purge dollars. Is that how it works? They get, is it $20 in Purge dollars? $20 in Purge. And they can buy anything in here, with the Purge dollars. They have t-shirts in here. I love the Purge. And there's some really cool masks and stuff over here as well. All these different types of t-shirts, and they have a line here where people can check out the stuff. Some of the things though I don't think are for sale. They have this detergent kind of Purge away thing. This is a really cool setup thing here. All these different stickers. These stickers here are all $2 Purge dollars. These are said exercise your right not to purge, a nation reborn. And this is all promoting the upcoming TV series for the Purge, which is starting soon. There's a bunch of other ones, NFFA shirts. There's some kind of seeds here, some kind of baby Purge glory actual plants. And these ones here are $5 Purge dollars. Definitely some cool stuff. They have more shirts over here. They have some mugs. These mugs over here are $12 for these Purge hats. Yeah, there really is some cool stuff. Some buttons here. Yeah, this is definitely a very cool setup. Like I said, these masks, I don't think these are ones that you can get for the Purge, you know, with the money, but really, really cool stuff. It's really cool to get to come in here and look at this. They even have like these, things for the rain, ponchos, Purge waters over there. And like I said, really, really cool spot in here. I was really glad I got to go in there and look. I have to come back too if you actually, because they let me go in to show for the video, but I'm definitely going to go back in there because they actually give you, like I said, $20 in Purge money, and you can actually buy a hat or a shirt or bumper sticker or those seeds. So that really was cool. I love that kind of stuff, and that's a really cool thing where you actually can pick the kind of promo items that you want because you have like the money to spend, the Purge bucks, to buy whatever stuff you want. So that definitely is a really cool way of doing it. Yeah, there's some kind of a Cartman escape room in there. That's pretty cool. So I guess it's like some kind of a South Park themed escape room that you guys can go into. And that's all for my San Diego Comic-Con tour video. Tried to show a little bit of everything in the convention, outside. Really was happy to get to show inside of the Purge store. That place was really, really cool. Definitely one of the coolest things I've seen, especially how they gave you Purge money. You could buy whatever you wanted in there. And also, if you guys are new to this channel and you guys are interested in, you know, DVDs and Blu-rays and all that kind of stuff, every single Tuesday I do a video going out to the stores showing the new DVDs and Blu-rays which has come out. And I also, at the end of the video, give, you know, reviews of new and upcoming releases, all that kind of stuff. I do movie reviews on this channel, all that kind of stuff. So if you guys are interested in that kind of stuff, definitely, you know, consider subscribing to this channel. Thanks again, though, to everyone else who is always supporting my videos and for all the support. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.